He's also in breathtaking form, which makes Evan Nilsson a very good asset to own currently. Then when we talk about the expected goals or the expected points or rather the points, Salah is completely dominant. Be it home, be it away, United will get battered for sure, so don't worry about that. Hey guys, welcome back to another video from the Football Herd. Hope you're doing wonderfully well. So this is the final video for this season and we'll be talking about the team selection for Game Week 38 along with the best differentials to own and the best captaincy metrics for Game Week 38. So currently I'm at 30k rank and I'm waiting to take a few risks. I have one full-time transfer and I'll be making a lot of changes. So make sure you stick around till the end because this information will be very helpful for you to beat your mini league rivals. And in my opinion, the captain is also very enticing for this round. So if you do like this video, please do drop a like and subscribe to my channel. That will mean a lot to me. I'm willing to hit 350 subscribers before the season is out. And currently I'm at 340 subs. So any help would be much appreciated. So without dealing any further, let's get started. So the first differential that I'll talk about is none other than Bradley. Now Bradley has already got a couple of assists and he does not have any goals to showcase, but he has already created 4 big chances and his percentage goals involvement is 20%. In the last 10 game weeks, he's also amassed 24 points. So the numbers are pretty enticing in my opinion, and it's pretty good for a differential. And they also have a home tie against Crystal Palace, which is also an amazing fixture in my opinion. So in my opinion, Bradley is a no-brainer pick from Liverpool for Game Week 38. Now coming to the next player, now this is also a very interesting pick. It's none other than Leandro Trossard from Arsenal. Now Trossard has already got 4 goals and 1 assist from 27 shots as you can see, and his XGI is also pretty high as 4. And he has also amassed 52 points in the last 10 game weeks, and I believe that he is completely nailed in the final game. And the kind of fixture that they have is a no-brainer again because they face Southampton. And Southampton are quite shambolic of late, but they played a good game against Manchester City in my opinion. But apart from that, I believe Arsenal can wreak havoc in the Southampton defense. So Trossard will be a very important asset in my opinion because he is a huge differential, right? Now coming to the third pick, it's also a very straightforward one. It's none other than Evan Nilsson. Now Evan Nilsson has already got 5 goals and 1 assist from 28 shots, and his expected points were around 51, but he has already amassed 47, which is great in my opinion. And he's also in breathtaking form, which makes Evan Nilsson a very good asset to own currently. So if you already own him, I will recommend to stick to him. But if you do not own Evan Nilsson, then he is right up there for one of the premium assets to own currently because of the kind of fixture and the form that he possesses. Now coming to my team selection for Game Week 38, in goal I've gone with Cels, who has a Chelsea game. Now it is a very important fixture for both the teams, and Chelsea have looked pretty disappointing in the last game also against United because against a toothless United they only could score 1 goal. So I believe it will be very difficult for them to break down this Nottingham Forest side. So I have gone with Matt Cels. Now in my defense I have a back 3 of Guardiola to start with, who has a Fulham away fixture, and I believe that City will finish quite strongly because they have of late been quite sporadic I would say in their performances. But we have seen that Guardiola is again starting as the left back, which makes him a very good asset to own considering that he will make those overlapping runs and he also has the goal threat in him. Now coming to the next defender, it's none other than Milenkovic. Now Milenkovic is also someone who is right up there when we talk about Nottingham Forest because he is one of the best defenders after Ola Aina, and since Ola Aina is not fit, he was not deemed fit for a lot of game weeks. So right now Milenkovic is the best Forest defender to own. So I'm willing to double up on Forest, but I know it possesses a risk of the clean sheet getting wiped out. But I am willing to take that risk because Cels will make a lot of saves in my opinion, and Milenkovic is also due another goal. Now my third defender is none other than Mykolenko. Now Mykolenko has a very tough fixture against Newcastle, and that's also an away fixture. So I'm not expecting any clean sheet returns from him, but I'm quite optimistic about his attacking prowess and attacking returns. So that completes my defense. Now in my midfield, I have a midfield 5 to start off with Mohamed Salah, who has a Palace home game. Now Mohamed Salah has been pretty disappointing of late after a wonderful start to the season and a beautiful middle part also. he has not been able to capitalize on the last 5-6 game weeks. But I believe he will finish quite strongly, even though they have completed winning the Premier League and we are seeing pictures of them partying and having a gala time. But having said that, the last defeat in Game Week 37 also should trigger them into a strong finish, and he is right up there among the captaincy candidates in my opinion. Now coming to the next player, that's none other than Bukayo Saka, whom I've brought in instead of Kevin De Bruyne, because I cannot help myself but bring in a lot of assets from Arsenal, because they are finishing with Southampton, and when we talk about Southampton, they will get dominated for sure, and not like the Manchester City game that Southampton played. I believe even though they will park the bus, but still Arsenal will be coming down heavily on them with all guns blazing. So that should be a very high-scoring game, and Arsenal should win with flying colours. And again, Bukayo Saka is also right up there with one of the captaincy candidates. Now then, I have Jarrod Bowen. Now Bowen has an Ipswich away game. He's also again a captaincy candidate because he is the talisman of West Ham. As we have seen that throughout the season, game week after game week, he is one of those players who has a very high conversion rate, be it assist or be it goals, any kind of goal contribution, Jarrod Bowen is right up there. So he is my third midfielder. And coming to my fourth midfielder, that's none other than Mbeumo. Mbeumo has also an easy fixture against Wolves, and I believe it should be a pretty easy outing for Brentford in the last game. And Mbeumo is also on penalties and the complete talisman that he is. Even though Kevin Schade has outscored him in the last 3 game weeks, but I believe that the kind of profile that Mbeumo is and the kind of form that he is in, he will be the assist provider or a goal scorer for sure against Wolves. So I'm pretty optimistic about Mbeumo as well. Now the fifth player that I have is none other than Morgan Rogers, who faces a shambolic United side. It's an away fixture, but beat home, beat away, United will get battered for sure, so don't worry about that. And Villa, it's a very important game for Villa, and after the battering that Manchester United got against Spurs, and they could not score a single goal against Tottenham Hotspur in the Europa League final, I think their morale will be hugely low, and Unai Emery's side can completely capitalize, and I'm quite optimistic about huge haul from Rodgers. Now coming to the attackers, I have a front two of Watkins and Wissa. Now Watkins is again in scintillating form and facing a depleted United side who are, just like I mentioned when I was speaking about Rodgers, that Watkins is also right up there. So I'm not willing to make any changes there and bring in Evanilson. I'm quite happy with Watkins against United. And Wissa is also in scintillating form for Brentford. We have seen a couple of goals getting chalked off by VAR of Wissa. But if not for those chalked off goals, then Wissa will be right up there, as you can see in the chart that you can see in the screen currently. Wissa is also a prolific goal scorer and right up there when we talk about the highest scoring forwards, right? Now in my bench, I have Pickford, Vardy, Nico Williams and Brian. So Vardy has already played his last game, and I'm quite certain as to I do not need a pretty fluidic bench, because the starting 11 is going to start in my opinion. So that completes my team for Game Week 38, and I'll talk about the captains in the next segment. For Game Week 38 are Mohamed Salah, Jarrod Bowen and Bukayo Saka. Now the numbers are for you to see in the screen. The big chances created, Salah leads by a 27. Then when we talk about the expected goals or the expected points or rather the points, Salah is completely dominant. So one pretty important factor that I would like to shed some light on is that Mohamed Salah is not in that much amount of scintillating form. If you take form into consideration, Jarrod Bowen is the most prolific amongst these three. But if you want to play it safe, so let's call it like you have a 10-point league to catch up with your mini league rival, right? And you see that he already has Salah and Bowen both. So in that case, you should definitely go with Bowen, because that will have a greater upside, right? And you can probably hope that he will go for a safer route with Salah, so you can capitalize on that extra points. So it's completely, team dependent and league dependent, I would say. And what is your aspiration? What is your goal? So if you want to play completely safe, then go with Mohamed Salah. If you want the maximum upside, then go with Bukayo Saka. And if you want a median pick, then go with Jarrod Bowen, in my opinion, because Both Saka and Bowen have very good fixtures, and Saka has the best fixture in my opinion, but there is a bit of doubt as to whether he'll start or not. So make a late move on Saka if he starts, in my opinion. But my ranking is accordingly, just like I mentioned. If you want to play it safe, then it's Mohamed Salah. So Salah is number 1, Saka is number 2, and Jared Bowen is number 3. So much guys if you watch the video till the end, and for tremendous support throughout the season. I'll be making videos in the next season as well. So if you do like this video, please do drop a like and subscribe to my channel. That will mean a lot to me. Just like I mentioned, I'm willing to hit 350 subscribers before the season is out, and right now I'm at 340 subscribers. I was saying 340k. So that will be all for Game Week 38, and I'll catch you guys in the next season.